I think that could be a direct counter, but we're going to have to wait and see for the attack, because for now, it's a defensive side Yoru on a map that's not commonly played.
Yeah, there could be some drawbacks to it, but Nats doing well to start this out. Picking up the first, but falling after just one. In this direction, trap destroyed. They know there's one player, and they're propped up ready for the fight on the back of the flash. Nicely handled with Mystic already down, drawn into battle by the players back in main.
That's the thing, from this point onwards, it becomes so difficult for Liquid, needing almost a hero play. The Mosh is going to create an awkward position, but it's not going to be enough. It will be the kickoff for the side of Heretics, opening up. It does look like they're playing more for the retake rather than anything else. Although saying that, Kiko's still trying to hold some pretty aggressive positioning, a strong dart to at least help him out, but it's only going to be a trade. I guess they're trying to deny this plant as much as possible, and that's exactly what Yumpy will do. He's dropped that spike on the ground. Somebody needs to get on it now, and they're not going to be able to. The timer is gone. Yumpy's won them around on his own.
Unbelievable display from Liquid. Insult to injury with Boo going down.
Definitely looking problematic now. Losing a player before you get into the retake's always going to be tough. Again, though, this player in the corner is caught. Flash a little bit delayed, but Yumpy's doing well. He looks like the retake king. The problem is his teammates falling all around him. Benji with a late lurk through the back, and now Mystic. Cam even thrown out late into the round just to make sure that he can't be defusing. And in the end, he's just going to try and fade away, but Benji is waiting. Clinical to close him out. Immediate response from him.
Diffusing that is a death sentence. Well, they're just going to smoke themselves off. Ooh. Look at that, Benji allowing the decoy to go by. Deep flash, that tells you Benji's not here, but Enzo's ready for it anyways. First is found. But here's where we get to see the difficulty that comes along with diffusing. Now the spike is out in a bit of a corner that does give a wider angle to work with. Nice thrash through, player in the corner detained, but Rienz goes in for three. The defuse is only half, and that's not close enough. Plant comes through. And on the side of Heretics, they want to recover that advantage with Miniboo's aggression, but he's being caught in a bit of an awkward spot. Those reveals giving them everything, and Kiko now committing to the ult. He's put down the decoy and bought himself the space. His teammates coming in from the off angle and defending this spike now is a tough task for anyone to manage. Boo is the last one standing, looking to avenge his fallen brother, and he'll not even get a shot off. Team Liquid are back on the board. Not going to be caught off by that. This is a big round to risk those kind of plays in, Tom. Somewhere Team Liquid come in already. Man disadvantage and low HP on Enzo and Yumpy down. But they had rifles. They had their economy on his last legs.
That's probably the freest opening I think Miniboo's had in a long, long time. And he also didn't have any support.
That's the thing that gets me, Tom. You know, if there's another player there, it makes sense. The trap's worked out for Nats. Claimed him a kill and a second as well. Who knows? If the trap wasn't there, that might have went down differently. But instead, some damage is done.
On the board. It really isn't going well for them, and they're going to have to try and play from a deficit again, with a lot of their utility already gone. It's only really Enzo that has anything left.
Decent wall bang by Mystic. You had all of that utility used from Heretics to clear this site and confirm that it wasn't being spotted from, but spams through the smoke. Ultimately, what claim the kills and the emerging from the cage. They are all caught. Oh, wow. Can Enzo get exits? Because the 1v4 is too much to ask of almost any player. And he won't get the first even, running into Rienz. Discussed in the pause. Let's see what the adjustments are.
Four again.
It's still 4 players on A. Can they deal with Miniboo this time? Surely they can. There it is! Opening pick for Team Liquid. Hunter's Fury chasing them down, and it's traded out. Flash is good. Turn the players' eyes away for a moment, and that is a disaster. Enzo got the one. That player's brought right back up, and the whiff behind.
Heretics did it again. Just so you know, I can't believe that they've just gone towards this elbow position, like, what was it, 4 rounds in a row? They've gone for the same fight. And this time Miniboo dies immediately, and they still get out with 4 players. Just need to shoot people in head. And unfortunately, that was the part that failed. They're still going this way.
He's blinded and eventually taken down. Kiko's having a rough day. Let's hope it warms. Well, never mind. He's not going to warm up now. Lying dead and cold on the floor. So is everyone else. Again, they've killed Miniboo, and it's just been overrun. He's got to get out. Oh, there's a shock dart kill to even up the numbers. It might even be winnable with the shot through the smoke. Woot. Down and out, but no return.
And it's this point. That timer is going to start ticking down. They know it as well as we do that he's going to be towards that spike. Boo almost giving things away, but it doesn't matter. He wins the duel anyway. A 10-2 half. They've got themselves an afterplan, a position that's definitely winnable. And they need this pistol.
That they absolutely do. The aggression hasn't worked out with Kiko falling as well. Down goes Nats, and like dominoes, these players one by one starts with the first, and now we're left with the last. Just Mystic, 1 versus 3, spamming through a smoke, but those bullets come right back at him. Aggressing, they've decided not to. And they'll just keep, oh no, now the re-aggression is coming in off the paranoia. They see nothing. This could be where the trap is finally sprung with much patience, but not much reward. Okay, Nats gets 2, but look how low those players are that remain. And at 11-2, we're not talking about damage. You gotta win the round. You have to pull this back from this position, and okay, Enzo does well to drop Rienz, but still 2 more to go.
Don't think he has anywhere near enough time to run to the B side. He's just trying to clear some of these positions, but in the meantime, they're aggressing. It's a little bit disjointed, but it doesn't even matter. Boo wins that fight anyway. Ends up getting caught by the dart because he's set up a paranoia. This seems so messy at the moment from Liquid, and we're just fighting one by one. The trades have not gone too badly.
P on 2 players, not even rifles to play with, just the 1. Big play needed by Enzo. Big mistake needed by Team Heretics, and it's not going to happen. The first is found. Elbow spotted, taken down. Now 4v1 with 25 HP, and the last shot finally finds its mark. That is a 13-2 start for Heretics in this series. This is something Heretics are aware of. They're not silly. Rienz is left behind to watch this, and so a bit of a challenge for him. Already, though, they've caught the player up in the air. Looks like Kiko will hold on to life, but the rest of Team Liquid are the ones that are falling before Kiko gets isolated and players alive.
Benji.
They've already got someone waiting. Benji just around the corner with 14 seconds left. That should be the round cemented. In fact, if Mystic won this one, we would.
Yeah, he would need some pretty impressive mechanics/gaming chat to be able to pull that one off, but no, it's going to be another 3K for WO0T in a pistol, and it's only the lurk on the other side that could cause them problems, and they've already managed to deny that plant. It's going to have to be a fight back in, and Mini actually still got one there.
I don't know how, coming out of his ult that quickly. They know there's 2 players towards mid. They're not sure about Bat, though. That could be the element of surprise for Nats, as he's already dropped Benji Fishy, and that space to plant the spike finally achieved. That wave wall disappearing, and now the Reckoning comes into play. It's barely even needed, though. WO0T's pulsing body is all that it gives away, as he'd already been dropped. A clean way back through for Team Liquid. Towards A, meant to rob them of info, but Team Heretics are grouping up on it right now. 3 players around that spot. Contemplating the TP crunch that's now come through. Kiko down and out, and the immediate gate crash means that Miniboo's ready to fight on A, so they kind of quicken the pace to take advantage of those teleported players and even dropping Benji. Now a few seconds left on it, and he's just tucking away, keeping the space.
I think with an advantage already held, didn't really need to aggress, but work off their advantages, but that fight has given things back into a winnable occasion. And very passive holds as well. It does make it a little bit easier, though, for them to isolate one of these fights. The spam isn't really going to be the bigger problem for Heretics here. It's mainly those after plants in terms of utility, and there's still snake bites to go. Nats, though, is left all on his lonesome, and he's just sticking that defuse all the way. He's managed to just get it while he was going on. She'd get a kill and just fall back. You have to hope there's going to be something sent in. They just got to try and walk this. It's not going to be easy for him to get away with anything. In fact, it's okay, an interesting spike position. It's got caught in the wall.
The site they expect the take to come in and then rotate later. And the push, as we can see, is on its way. The Mosh on site will force them into some awkward positions. WO0T has to swing wide, but still 3 from this position.
Is able to do. We just said it at the beginning of the game, like, in terms of raw ability, he's the player from the tier 2 that everyone wanted, and it's just headshot after headshot.
Miniboo picks up the opening again. In comes the showstopper. Will it find value to 1 blast pack left? There's a player in its sights, and Boo goes down.
Yeah, again, leveling things up. But instead, though, Nat's actually the furthest back. So it doesn't look like that ult's going to come into play. He's going to be able to avoid this drone, though. Rienz goes down. A huge pick that makes this much more. No, it's going to be everything. If Mystic turns around, he's got a huge opportunity here. So many players just waiting. He's immediately going to take one down, but they're there to trade. Unfortunately, goes for the high HP player. Wanted to get rid of that Thrash. Even still, though, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
Cemented in their positions. Now that gate crash going into spawn has been spotted. In fact, you even have Kiko going back to spot it and kill Miniboo when he attempts it. It was a ballsy play, but one that hasn't paid off. They've got 1 less player on the site, and Rienz is 1 HP. He is decayed down and taken easily. Oh, that's an awkward spray, and Benji, he's a genius.
For one. Well, it looks like this one's going a little bit better for Liquid, being able to isolate some of these players. WO0T is feeling confident enough to put the Seekers in. He's going to take down Mystic. This should be an impossible round, and thankfully Nats is going to make sure of it. Doesn't allow anything more. You can see how confident this guy is at the moment, and the Odin spraying through is going to put Liquid, could be denied completely. Obviously, you want to have any utility available, although Nats doesn't have much to play with. Benji's position is perfect, and now giving them a further advantage. The aggression, he's completely blind! Just pre-fired while sprinting forward. Eventually traded out, but now it's left all onto Mystic. Needs to go huge, and again, the trades are there. They're going to try this again. Falling back. Rian's going for some of the same pre-fires into the site and utility to try and clear the backline. Same result, same guy. It's going to cause them problems of getting into the afterplant. That removes the easier options. Utility be sending through. This time they're going to isolate Benji, though. A good adaptation from the side of Liquid to pick that man off, and Kiko starting to come alive a little bit in this round, but it could very easily fall apart. Even still, though, Boo on the other side.
Ticking away. Bit by bit, slowly running down. He hopes he can catch them off guard, but as we can see, they're in good position, staring straight at him. Rotations for him. WO0T's on his way over. Has Seekers, but he's not going to use them. They've heard the players coming. Oh, the knife. It's delaying some of the utility, leaving them in the open, and Kiko's easily able to punish. Spike plant. The Tiger gives away his position, but they've all ran back. The post plant set up in full effect. Thrash coming through. And that's actually going to delay them a little bit, cause some problems, or pull them into WO0T, giving a chance for another kill. Team Heretics, though, in a 2 versus 4, both players in known positions. And Liquid shouldn't be giving this one away. That time already ticking quite quickly. Miniboo, the last man standing, won't have a chance, and this one will be a 7-5 half, short of a miracle.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely no time for them to play with. It will be 7-5. Good resurgence.
The retake on B to get you back in on the retake. But the fight has come in. A site, Miniboo on his way through with the flash, and it's going to be WO0T, the first to fall. He is finally dropped in a pistol. The return swings towards Liquid by a narrow margin. The low ammo catches Nats off guard. Play this one together.
And Mystic's going to try to isolate some of the angles. Still got Shock Dart available for Ian's a perfect flash from Young P, but the trade is immediate. However, Enzo's there. The IGL leading by example.
On the ultimate, you don't have that in this composition. In fact, you don't have that on the server right now. Miniboo's got a lot of space. Finishing out here, he spotted Nats. Nice easy kill, and a huge amount of control on the back of that. The man advantage might be even, but the weaponry definitely sits with the attackers for now, and tag onto Enzo. Drop down that little bit lower, easy to finish off. There's some damage done in return. So good, 26 HP left on Miniboo, and tag onto Boo as well. It's manageable, it's winnable on some level, but with Kiko going down, the odds definitely not in favor of Team Liquid. Mystic, the last man standing, and they'll find one, but the ammo is running dry. Desperately wanting to recover it. Now, we mentioned Kiko lurking up through Bath earlier. Here's his reward, finally found, and found indeed.
Round already coming through from Enzo. They have to run through the snakebite. Miniboo is going to be up for that first fight. He knows that one of them is, and actually Mystic goes down. Nats now under pressure. He's managed to find one, but it all comes down to this late lurk, this late rotation coming in from Enzo. The first is free. They know exactly where he is, but he also knows the same. Showstopper should be able to make things truly problematic for them getting a plant, but the fact is, look at where Boo is. He's gone.
For this post plant, not optimal, but something that they have to be worried about, and the time doesn't let them clear everything. There's the info. The first player dropped, and that could turn the tides in their favor. Enzo defusing halfway already. Is he ready for the Heaven Peak? In fact, he looked like he was going to stick it. He comes off for the fight that Boo happily obliges. Team Heretics space taken, but given right back up, and now Heretics look to do some of the same. One player spotted up top, revealed, at least by the information, by the comms, by the pings, and now Miniboo completing the teleport on the back of the flash. Yumpy was ready, but just not quick enough. Comes the decoy, it's caught one, and then the peek. I thought it was about to come through. Miniboo's being very patient in this corner, had to give away his spot eventually, and he will go down for it, but it's still a 3v4. It's still a tough position for Liquid. They need a pick here and now, and there's setups on setups from Team Heretics.
Oh.
Actually, they've caught both on the way through. Boo now has to have a big play from up top. The spray from WO0T is good, and he'll get more. Of course he will. Should have seen that one coming.
Challenge into this Vipers, but in fact, they're going to throw out one of their own. We've seen this round already.
Yeah, we saw it with the shoe on the other foot. Team Liquid are familiar with this setup already, picking up Brienne's, but now they have to turn and face this pit. The flash is perfect. Yumpy couldn't see a thing. Kiko trying to thread the needle through, and he'll do well for one, but no chance of winning that fight up against Benji. Nats emerging from his pit at just the wrong time. From what we can see, WO0T is on his way around. He won't spot him. The pit's concealed Nats for a moment, but up top is Miniboo cleanly closing that out, and WO0T finally gets his chance to strike. Oh, for Team Heretics as well, you know, this win would represent them getting to the league minimum playoffs possible, and playing like this, I'd say goddamn likely. Tiger goes through. Won't find too much. Hunter's Fury tagging Yumpy down to 2 with the spams as well. Barely holding on to life while the rest of his team falls. Mystic still has some life left in him though. There's a player around here, and he's ready to catch them on the rotate. Mystic goes back, but Spike is being
spamming on 2 HP!
Miles away, Yumpy's down, and they're separated, they're fragmented, and they'll fall alone.
Yeah, Benji knows.
He knows.
Mystic doesn't really stand a chance. Yeah, I don't even know if he'll check this, it won't matter. Heretics, they have made it with their new player. Finally, they've got themselves their full roster. And you know what, Mitch?